Hey there viewers, today we are going to be replacing the blade and spindle bearings on a McLane Edger. This thing is probably from the 80s. It's on its second engine. It's a Harbor Freight 6.5 horse. There was a Briggs & Stratton 2 horse that kind of self-destructed. So we're going to get started. So to do this job, this has to come off. Got to take the blade off. The shaft comes out, you just pop the bearings out. And the bearings should be their McLane part number 2036. These are Stens. These are from Stens. The Stens part number is covered up. Is 230003. You need 2 of them. So let's start taking this thing apart. Got all our tools here. This nut is a 3/4, 3/8, 7/16. Blade off. Take that. Take that off. Take that off. Take that off. These bearings aren't tragic, but they're cheap. I replace them every couple of years. Normally the seals go bad on them first. Let's switch over to the 3/8. Get the guard off. You can tell these machines are real easy to work on. Actually, probably don't need to get that guard off. Now the shaft should just slide out that way, but obviously I gotta take the belt off. Alright, belt slid off. Now we just pop the shaft out like that. As you can see, there is not much to it. Yeah, these bearings are a little rough around the edges. They're a little tight. Grindy, rather. So let's see how we get them out. Let's pound them out with a screwdriver. Use a screwdriver that you're okay getting all greasy. This part's kind of messy. So I'm gonna stick the screwdriver inside, catch the edge of that bearing race like that. I'm just gonna whack it with a hammer. It should pop right out. And it did. There it is on the ground. Just do the opposite now. Stick the hammer here, or the screwdriver here. If you guys can see that, let's tap it with the hammer. And that one's out too. Pretty easy. Like I said, screwdriver's gonna get nasty. So I'm gonna clean up the inside of that bore, because there's probably a lot of old grease in it. Quite honestly, these bearings are sealed, the new ones, so you really don't have to grease them. Grease isn't gonna do any good, so clean that out. Alright, all squeaky clean in there. Now to tap the new bearings in, you don't want to ever tap on the inner race or the seal, this black piece here. You want to tap on the outer race. And I found that a 1 16th inch socket is about perfect outside diameter. It's a little too big, but we'll give it a shot. So we're going to be smacking this 1 16th socket with a rubber mallet to tap on the outer bearing race. And at least in the front, no tapping necessary, just slid right in. That's what she said. Just a little bit of grit in there. I'm gonna clean it up one more time. Okay, so just slid right in like so. Hopefully we'll get that lucky in the back too. Make sure it's nice and clean. Let's see. Yep, we got lucky. That's about it. You just got to slide the shaft back in over here. Just give it a good cleaning first. Make sure it's not worn. Your bearings is seized. So that's that. Like so. Where's our new blade? Let's put this on like so. Back on our shaft, put the blade on. Whoops. All right, gotta put the camera down. Alright, got everything staged back together. I'm just going to buzz this on with the impact. And we got to hold the blade still because that wants to turn. Not anymore. Turns nice and smoothly. Perfect. Let's put our belt back on, like so. Now I had to modify this McLane years ago when I swapped this engine because you could see the engine's on spacers. The crankshaft was off center. The Briggs & Stratton is kind of a non-standard crankshaft height. It wasn't really off center, it was just off height. And I also had to grind off and re-weld here because I think there was some interference there. But if you have an old McLane edger like this and you want to get some new life into it, these Harbor Freight engines are a great option. Only $100, and to buy this edger brand new is quite a bit more than that. I know that's not the trend these days, though. Everybody's using those stick edgers. Come on. Can't find the hole, that's what she said. Let's try that. 2 hands. Maybe we should clean it off. Imagine that. Clean the work surface. Let's try that again. I actually bought this edger secondhand. Probably about 10 years ago at a local Habitat restore. I think I paid $40 for it. It's really cheap. But again, the engine didn't last long. Let's close this on and then we're done. Beautiful. So again, pretty easy DIY job. Only takes a few minutes. And that'll buy you a couple more years. So you can get these bearings on Amazon, also the blade too. Usually replace the blade once a year and the bearings every couple of years, or whenever they start to make noise or chatter or feel really grindy like these did. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helps.